Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's currently springtime now in Switzerland in the month of April, and many of you are starting to plan for your spring trip to Switzerland. But many times I receive a lot of questions asking how exactly to pack for a spring trip, because honestly the weather can be quite bizarre. Like as of now in April, it's still quite rainy and cold in my opinion. And when you go up the mountains, it is still full of snow, and yet down in the cities, it can be rainy and wet. So it's quite a difficult chore to pack for springtime in Switzerland. And that's why in today's video, I will be sharing with you some of my top essential items when it comes to planning for a spring trip, as well as to show you examples of what I would wear on a daily basis when I'm out and about in Switzerland. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And without further ado, let's get going. Let's start off first with items that I think you should not be packing into your luggage, and first of that would be tank tops, because I think during so far as of April, I have not been wearing any tank tops outside because it's just too cold, and I'm always instead in long sleeve shirts like this, not too heavy, just light shirts, but not a tank top because you will need that additional layer of warmth. For shorts as well, I think that is not really the right time to be wearing shorts between March and May, because you really want to make sure that your body is covered and you don't leave any of your arms or your legs exposed. You will just end up catching a cold. I also think that flip-flops and sandals are not that ideal, especially during the earlier months of spring, say from March to April, because it is still quite rainy, and I think that you also just want additional covering for your legs. So just try to stick to covered shoes, and then maybe later on in end May or nearing summer in June, then you can maybe bring out your sandals and your flip-flops. Now let's get to the items that are absolutely essential, and the first of which I think would be a good coat. By coat, I don't necessarily mean like your thick winter jackets, because maybe if you're going up the mountains, yes, maybe just keep one on hand. But say if you're just going up and about in the cities, I think just a wool coat would be sufficient. Then maybe not a trench coat, because as of now in April, I have not brought out my trench coat yet because it's still quite cold and it doesn't really give you that much warmth. I think a trench coat would be more suitable towards the final months in May, but from March and April, you should still be wearing like a thick structured coat. And for that, I have one wool coat that I commonly wear, a black one, and also another one that is more checkered, just to give myself an option. And then for my trench coat, I just wear it more for like casual day out, and it's just a nice I think the question that people are always a bit confused about is whether you should be bringing your thick winter jackets when you go up the mountains. I think for that, it really boils down to your personal preference and also how much you can withstand the cold. For me personally, I know that I myself am someone that really hates the cold, so I would prefer bringing my thick winter jacket, especially when I'm going out to places like the Jungfraujoch or the Ice Palace, etc. However, if you find that it's quite a bit of a hassle to bring such a thick item with you, especially if you're just going to be using it for one time, you might want to consider at least bringing a jacket like this. This is actually my ski jacket, and it doesn't cover like my full up to my knee, but at least I feel that it gives me the right amount of coverage for my upper body, and it still keeps me warm. So this could be a substitute for the thicker winter jackets. For tops, I think just stick with the basics, and a good like white t-shirt like this in black or in white would be most ideal, just to serve as the base of your outfit. You can add on with some additional layers like your sweaters, which are from my winter season. I still wear them in spring because, as I said, the weather is still quite rainy and cold, and you want to keep yourself covered. The key thing I think is to dress in layers. Like you can wear a shirt underneath, and then when you're feeling cold, just add on your sweater. And then when sometimes in the afternoon it can get quite hot already, then you can just take off your sweater and keep this on. For me, springtime is hoodie season. I have so many of this like hoodies. This is actually Vincent's, but I like to wear this kind of oversized hoodies, and I wear them a lot of time at home. And also like when I'm just out and about going for grocery shopping, because sometimes it's very windy, and then I don't want to be caught wearing like the beanie, which is a bit too winter already. People will find it like, why are you still wearing a beanie in springtime? So at least like the hoodie, when it's a bit windy, you can put it on to protect your ears. And yeah, it's just a very relaxed outfit that you can just wear even if you're walking in the streets. A must-have item during springtime would definitely be a good waterproof jacket, especially if you're coming during the month of March, because it's still quite rainy, and 99% you will chance upon one day of rainy day. And for that, if you have a good like raincoat, waterproof jacket, at least it keeps out the rain, and then you don't get soaked. Also, this is also good when you're going out for hiking in May, and then it's still cold, and then at least you have this to keep yourself warm. One item that I really like to have in my spring outfit would be this shawl here. So it gives a nice pop of color to my outfit, and at the same time, especially when you're out in the vineyards or when you're going for hiking, it feels a little bit cold because it's very windy. Then I have this on and it just helps to keep me warm. Next item I always like to keep in my spring wardrobe would be a silk scarf like this. Not necessarily for any functional purposes, but just to keep my outfit a bit interesting with the colors and the prints. It's just a very light item. You can just throw it in and then you can pair it with like your white t-shirt, and then it gives your outfit a nice pop of color. For pants, I always keep it very basic. I will just have three colors: black, white, and then the one I'm currently wearing, which is like a jeans, because you can then like just mix and match with whatever top you have. Something that I like to keep on hand would be a silk skirt like this. I think that this is quite nice to have when you're going for like a more formal event, you're going for drinks in the evening, and you just want to have something quite elegant for your outfit. And it's also quite lightweight, so it doesn't add on to the weight in your luggage. So about 3 pairs of pants I think would be ideal for like a 2-week trip. If you're going for hiking, I think that it's also essential to go along with a pair of hiking pants. I forgot where I got this from, but this is really nice because it's waterproof and it's windproof. And although you can also wear like, you know, like your Lululemon leggings, that sort of, you know, like leggings, but I find that it's a bit dangerous to wear those when you're hiking up in the mountains, because there was once I fell down before and the rocks kind of scraped through my leggings because it's quite thin, right? So in that case, I feel that at least this sort of like proper hiking pants gives yourself this additional layer of protection. The ladies might be asking, can I wear dresses during springtime? The short answer is yes, of course you can, because especially during springtime, you know, you want to be looking romantic and pretty, you wear your dresses. But I think the tip I have for you is to always pair it with a warm pair of leggings, just to protect, you know, like your knees and the lower part of your legs, because I find that for me, I'm a person that's really scared of the cold, so I don't want any of my body parts exposed. So as much as possible, even if I'm like wearing a mini skirt or like I'm wearing a knee-length dress, I will top it with like stockings or leggings, just to make sure like this part of my leg is covered. As for shoes, it's the same advice that I have. Try to find those that keep your toes covered, nothing too exposed, because again, it is still rainy, it is still windy, and I think it's just better to have something that is covered and more stable and sturdy, so when you're walking about, you don't trip and fall. If you're going up to the mountains, yes, definitely still consider bringing a good pair of winter boots, hiking boots. You can just buy one from Timberland, which is the one I have currently, and it doubles up both for hiking and also for walking on snow conditions. I also like to have an additional pair of comfortable loafers. For this, I got it from Massimo Dutti, and it looks a little bit more smart, elegant, and I wear it more for like my dinner kind of going out plans with my friends, whereas I keep my sneakers more for like my casual, comfortable day out. For accessories, I think they're pretty standard, like a good cap just to guard against the sun when you're going out in the mountains, and also a good pair of sunglasses if you are considering taking like panoramic rides on the Glacier Express. I mentioned it before, you really need the sunglasses because it is so blinding on the train. But this is just general things to bring whenever you go. Other miscellaneous items I recommend bringing would like be this sort of cloth shopping bags, reusable bags. If you have watched my grocery shopping tour video, you will know that in Switzerland, plastic bags are not given for free at supermarkets. So you always would have to bring like your own reusable bag. Otherwise, you have to buy it on the spot, which costs about a few cents. But just for the sake of saving the environment, just bring your own cloth bags. And these are so casual anyway. It's like a nice like shopping bag. And then you can just pop it inside your bag, and then when you go grocery shopping, you can just use it. So I think this is a good item to keep in your luggage. I'm just going to answer all the other random questions I've received in the past when it comes to packing. People always ask like, can I bring my own like food, like canned tuna, you know, that sort of thing, like Maggi mee, instant noodles. Can I bring it to Switzerland? Yes, you can. I mean, for myself, I brought in so many things in the past. Whenever I come back from Singapore, I'll bring like Milo, all the canned tuna, all the herbs, all the spices. So yes, it's possible. The only thing is that make sure you put them in your checked-in luggage and not in your hand carry, because sometimes you know, when they check, then they may ask you a lot of questions. So you just save yourself the trouble and just put everything in your check-in luggage, and you will be fine. Some of you are always like considering cooking in your hotel, you know, to maybe save a little bit of money when it comes to dinner. And if you don't have a kitchen in your hotel, then you can consider bringing like a little cooking pot like this. This one, I can't remember where I got it from. I think I got it from like Shopee. It's like this bare, very cute pot. And it's like this. How do I explain? Like you steam with water and then you cover it and then you just attach to the plug and then it steams up your food with water. So I thought that this is quite nice if you want to like make your own instant noodles and stuff and you want to make hot soup. This is a good item to have and it's not like super bulky as well. So yeah, good idea to bring it in if you have it. And there you have it, my spring packing list for Switzerland. If you happen to be coming to Switzerland during winter time, make sure you check out this video here or here, because in that video I share with you very comprehensively on what you should be packing to make sure you are warm and safe during winter time. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye!